A full bottle costs less than 15 cents. This water purification station was set up months ago and has become a new option for thirsty villagers in Liujiachang village. It is part of a recent program led by Ren Xiaoyuan, who runs a non-profit organization called MyH2O, working to make safe potable water more accessible to rural Chinese.
Basically, we help to donate these water purifiers up front, and then slowly they gain the revenue back little by little, but then that revenue is given to the village to operate and maintain this machine, and also whatever money's left over is helping the village to improve its infrastructure in general.
MyH2O began with a research campaign carried out by Ren's team through the years to collect and record data across rural China and use digital technology to show variations in water quality.
There's still a gap between the infrastructure and people actually getting the clean water they deserve. When we come to them, they ask us, like, can you help us solve these issues? And we do have the connection and resources to help them get access to the resources that they need.
Ren couldn't help but take her research a step further, from uncovering water quality issues in rural areas to actually tackling the problem.
So what's the problem in rural water supply in this village?
Generally, they have the water hardness is much higher, and they have a relatively high level of TDS. But other times we also test for a number of different parameters. For example, we test for the nitrogen, which is also an indicator of potential contamination by fertilizer or general household waste.
Ren says her efforts go much further than placing a purifier into local communities.
We work together with the community to operate it for about 2 to 3 years, where we monitor their income, monitor how they're spending it, and monitor the overall effectiveness. So we basically have that sustainable operating model in place to make sure that our solution is actually realizing its potential in the villages where we place it.
This requires Ren and her team to listen to the experience of locals and look at ways to improve the initiative.
那您觉得咱们这个村里面现在有多少人在用这个新的这个水站的水啊？
大多数都是年轻人用的，上岁数的吧很少，反正都是关于经济来源了，这都是。
这个水咱们就喝用嘛，咱们比如说做饭什么的
做饭没有用，
做饭还没有用，
平时喝的。
More than half of the households in Liujiachang are now used to paying for cleaner drinking water. The community is using the money to install solar lights in the village to improve people's overall well-being. And feedback on specific water quality cases feed back into MyH2O's database. It's aimed at mapping out a wider vision of China's rural water conditions, not only for the team, but for commercial firms, academia, and policymakers also.
Has the water quality changed? How many people are using these facilities? So you have all those data available. And then with these data, we can tell a general story about how solutions apply to this area, but not in that area. How does our solution in China compare to solutions internationally? So we're also doing this more in-depth research about, in general, how can solutions that we deliver to rural communities better.
Ren hopes all of this can inspire organizations and individuals to get involved, especially skilled, passionate, and creative youth. She says challenges remain, but she has faith that every little effort will eventually transform into a strong flow, ending contamination and providing clean water for all.